You got to think about this. Our banking system was on the verge of failure. It was on the verge of absolute collapse. It was at a point where banks were literally going to go down the tubes. You would not have been able to access your checking accounts, your credit cards, your savings accounts. Your money would have been frozen. And it would have been frozen for a long time. This would immediately have taken this country, the greatest country in thousands of years of history, into an immediate depression overnight. The banking system is no different than taking 10 of the greatest athletes in the world, putting them in a room, and the oxygen in there is the banking system. If you take the oxygen out of the room, those athletes die immediately. I don't care if they can do 500 push-ups. They die immediately without oxygen. The banking system is the oxygen. The banking system was in danger of collapsing, of literally disappearing before our eyes in a matter of days. And had that happened, all the athletes in the room, which represents the United States economy, would have disintegrated in a matter of hours. So that's why they had to save the banks. And it wasn't a bank bailout. What they've done essentially is they've taken $250 billion so far and put it into the banks, $10 billion into this bank, $20 billion into that bank, in capital to rejuvenate the capital structure or the balance sheet of each of the banks. Now it's capital, and what this means is at some point the United States government, I think it'll be 5, 6, 7 years out, will be able to sell their position, the capital position in those banks, and get the cash out. So I think the government, if they put $250 billion in, if they play their cards right, they're going to get $500 billion back somewhere 5, 6, 7 years out. That's what I see happening. So we were very lucky, and we were far better off putting the money into the banks as opposed to taking the toxic bonds off their balance sheets. That to me would have been a terrible mistake. Put the money in, let the banks continue to hold the toxic bonds, because the banks are in the best position to know at what point do we sell these bonds. Do we sell them at 20 cents on the dollar? Do we hold them for a year or two and see if they work their way back to 70 or 80 cents on the dollar? Because when the economy turns and goes positive again somewhere over the next 2 years, then these bonds should be worth more money, because there'll be far fewer foreclosures, or the problem of housing will no longer be a problem, because we'll be back into advancing times, or times will be better. That's how it works. So if you want to know more about this kind of thing, come visit the website and have a great day.